Hi, welcome to High Noon. I'm Ryan Depaulo, joined obviously by Mintzy. Will is in day 2 of the main event. Mintzy and I played day 2 yesterday. Day 3 is tomorrow. We're in the streets of the main event. I'll show you Will's dust. He bagged 16K, but 20 big blinds and a dream in the main event is plenty. Mintzy, how are you doing?
I'm doing good because, just imagine not being part of day 3 of the main event already. Because, it couldn't be us. Ryan and I, 2 of the biggest chip stacks in the room headed to day 3. I know people are going to fear us. It couldn't be us that have a combined 15,000 over starting stack, the 60K starting CAC, after giving 2 full days of poker. But you know what? I don't give a damn. We're in there, and, there's a lot of value in being alive in the main, and it's going to be a great Saturday. We wish Will and then Brent Hanks only has 18K going to today, but at least they're alive. Hopefully some of our PokerGo brethren can run it up, but, the show rolls on. It's going to be a great Saturday, and we've got the largest day 2 in the history of the World Series main event. There's a crap ton of people late regging, too. You can sign up right now still at the 4,800 level with 60,000 chips, 2-hour levels. The word's out all over the world. This is the biggest poker tournament in the history of humankind. And people are coming into town late on Saturday. If you have jobs, you fly in late, you hop right in, you get in every day. You can still get in for 4 more hours through 2 more levels. I think this thing may end up your 9,100 screwed, right?
Yeah, my 9,100 under is way blown out of the water. Last year on day 2, I think last year or the year before was the first time you could register day 2, and there were 450 God, I'm so brain dead. I need your energy, Mintzy. There were 450 day 2 D entrants. Today, we're going to probably get at least 650, I guess.
I would think more. I just think logically so much of poker is people have jobs and like to play, and they set this up where you could work week, come in Saturday, get in the main, and now it's day 2. There's no days off. And so it's really set up for if you want to come in late and be part of this, you can get in. So I think there could be 800 or 1,000 today. And, man, what a just awesome event this is. I guess the final numbers are going to be over 10,000 freaking people. And it just shows, I think COVID made people realize a lot more what they didn't have. But the poker boom out of COVID, we're really seeing it here at World Series of Poker. But it's all over the freaking world. We're seeing it at the grassroots level, the smaller and the mid-states tours. We see how much there's Euros how much it's grown in Europe. I remember the EPT started, 12, 15 years ago, and now there's Euros that have half the tables Euros.
Yeah.
And so it's just crazy to me to see how much poker is still growing, especially in the live arena, and I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's sick. It's like the original poker boom was 10xing the fields, then it lulled-ish for a while, Black Friday, and now it's coming back, and then people have theories like Will about inflation, and then he may be saying this tongue-in-cheek, but I think, honestly, we have a part to do with it, the vloggers and the streamers and stuff.
I think the vlogging and streaming is way bigger than even y'all give it credit for. You look around and get people, you're part of it, Rampage, Owen, obviously, there's a bunch of y'all, but the vlogging, I think, just takes it to a new, younger generation. And, in the same vein that when we were younger, we got in through the online boom, you're catching people getting in through the vlogging boom. And so, I don't know, I just love seeing it. I love seeing the game growing. We Moneymaker doing the shuffle up and deal 20 years later, and he was just staggered by how big it is. So, and now we're got a lot of notables to follow. Day 2's kind of taken a little while to start here, but couldn't be us, because it's just, I can't tell y'all. I always would play 1D and then play the second day 2. This is the way to go.
Yeah, if you play today, you have no days off before tomorrow. I'm so glad we have today off to chill, regroup.
Exactly.
And I'm glad we got a break when we did, because my day was spiraling. So let's maybe talk about it. You referenced it a little bit, but for people who don't know, Mintzy and I both were in day 2 yesterday. We had sort of different days, Mintzy on an uptrend, I on a downtrend, but either way, we ended up both bagging. I don't want to spoil it, but so maybe tell us a little bit about your day. I think people are interested, because we have firsthand experience.
Listen, it's also, here's the thing. The story about Ryan and I's days is it's a showing of a matter of perspective. Because I went into my day 2, I only had 34,000 chips. I mean, everybody saw I had a crappy time on that feature table with no hands the other night, which I hate and sucked. The last level, I was bleeding chips day one, and I had a conscious awareness moment that this is not every other poker tournament. Quit bleeding, quit this negative attitude, and get some freaking chips in a bag and give yourself a chance on day two. I ended up at 34K, not great, but we gave ourselves a chance. I grinded the first 2 levels, just playing nitty, short stack poker, not making mistakes. And then I got it in jacks against Aussie's, who's a really good player, has 4 bracelets, his ace jack to double up to 60K. And, you know, I grinded the rest of the night, I had a peak of like 90, ended up with 66. But, you know, considering how my day one was, I doubled up and I gave myself a chance. Do I have a ton of chips? No. I have 66K going to 2,500. But I got a ticket to the biggest dance party in the history of poker going to day 3. And so I think it's, you know, it's not all roses. I grinded a short stack. I'll give myself a chance. And Ryan's was a little different, on the other hand, because you went in with 110 and we're, you know, kind of trying to get more chips.
Yeah, I went in with 110 and like grinded a bunch of hands, like made some hero calls that were correct, paid off some people. I had a much tougher day than day one. Got like up to 160, lost a couple flips, lost kings to ace queen for shorter stacks, then was a little disheartened at dinner break. Paid a guy off right after, but well, one, I should say, I had whatever I had, 120 at dinner, and you had 60, and I was like a little cranky about it. I was like upstuck, and you were so grateful. You re-energized my like gratitude.
Shout out to the PokerGo truck, too.
Yeah, we snuck out back. Shout out to the PokerGo truck. And I guess Will is behind us looking dejected, I guess we're told. But we snuck out back, had dinner, had the turkey sandwich, and hung out there, had the pasta salad. But it was great because there was nowhere else to go. And, you know, that's the privilege of working for free, I guess. You get an easier dinner break. There's Will Jaffe. I don't know if any of you guys know who he is.
Yeah,
I don't know if he really... So, but yeah, so then anyway, let me just finish the story of this day before we talk to this new guest, I guess, other shrimp man. But I ended up bagging 69K, but I have a totally different perspective after hanging out with Mintzy on dinner break. If you told any pro who was out of the main event if they could pay another 10,000 and come into day 3 with 27 big blinds, they would all snap do it. So I'm glad I have a day off to regroup and be grateful. We're joined by William. We're joined by Will Jaffe. Welcome to the show. Repping the Red Wings. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Show them my bag, producer John.
We did already, yes. 16 bigs. You talked quite a bit about it last night on the stream. You did a great job doing commentary with Maria Ho and Lon McCarran. Really, seriously, you're great at it. As we see the intro again, I guess we're resetting with Will. You want to do this? Hi.
Welcome to High Noon, guys. We're here, day 2D of the main event. I have a bag of penises, which is 16,000 chips, 20 big blinds. My table looks amazing. I'm looking to just ship it in really quickly.
Wait, what? Come on. Be patient. Take your time. Don't just spew it off. Like I was just saying, every pro who's out of it would pay 10K to have 20 bigs still.
Yeah, and I did commentary with Maria, and I could feel the jealousy on her.
And you were joking that in the booth. You really, like, she made you grateful again for your stack?
It was a physical feeling of gratefulness just to be in, just to be alive, Ryan.
Yeah. I can't tell ever if you're being sarcastic, but I think he's telling the truth.
All right, well, I got to go, I guess. I got to get back in there. Thank you, guys.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Be patient.
Enjoy the show.
Don't spew
I'm
it
sure
off.
you'll get a lot of footage of me out there.
Yo, you look good. Look at like Doug Polk mated with a tumbleweed.
I got to try.
Okay, no, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Well, let's
So,
go back down here for a minute.
all right. So we have some hands from yesterday from the feature table from some big stars. There was all types of stuff. So I don't know. Show the first one. I forget the setup for it because I'm tired.
Not a ton because, you know, he's going to know very quickly on the flop if he's going to continue with this hand or not. I mean, again, he's getting the right price to set mine here. And, you know, it's not going to matter too much until post-flop.
All right, we're going to have 3-way action here going to the flop.
Wow.
Jack 6, fireworks brewing here. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Polk flops a set. Hollenberg, top pair, top kicker with the backdoor hearts as well. This is exactly the flop Hollenberg was looking for, but exactly the type of flop that might end up costing him his tournament.
Yeah, you asked how much his stack matters. Now it matters because we're probably going to see all the chips go in on this flop.
Massive flop here for
Wow, just lead jams, too.
Wow. Doug Polk makes the call. Action here on Okra. He's going to let it go, and we have an all-in showdown here. Hollenberg, top pair, top kicker. Doug Polk with a set of 6s in a commanding lead with just shy of 100K in the middle.
Gonna need runner to survive. But all sorts of interesting turns.
Hollenberg not done yet. Let's see the turn card. It
Okay,
is
now-
the 5 of clubs.
That'll do it.
That is the card that ends his World Series Poker main event. Hollenberg eliminated on day 2. Doug Polk raking in a massive pot yet again.
Yeah, it kind of feels unfair when like a poker pro of someone who's made tons of money in the game knocks you out. I used to feel like when I was the one gunning for these guys, be like, they don't need it, I need the luck. But now I'm like looking at my tables and I have more tournament earnings than a lot of them, so they probably think the same thing of me.
And I actually got to meet Doug Polk yesterday for the first time in the hallway. I was walking by and he stopped me and said, hey, I was following all of Madness of Barstool. Good to meet you. And apparently Doug Polk on his bachelor party met Dave Portnoy, and I think Doug said he was out of control and drunk, might have pissed Dave off somehow, which I thought was
Really?
which I thought was pretty funny. I don't know. Doug said he's like, I think I really irritated your boss, but Doug, obviously is one of the best heads-up players in the world, and he's also built a huge following on YouTube, and then runs that card room in Austin. And I definitely hit him up like, hey, I want to come play in your room, and hopefully I can build something off that relationship with the whole way.
It was a cool moment. Day 1 of the main, I had dinner with Brad Owen, Doug Polk, like Rob, Matt Davis, and Jeff Boski. But Brad and Doug, being guys I like looked up to in the poker world, obviously watched mostly Doug. I didn't watch so much Brad yet until a little bit later, but like we're aware of them. And Brad got bigger later. Anyway, it was just super cool moment being like, I'm in the main event and I'm having dinner with these guys. Like I'm part of the poker world. This
It's like
thing
the
that I was
fraternity,
just,
yeah.
I was just a fanboy of this stuff, and now I'm hanging out with them. It was super really cool. And Doug and I had not really beef, but I kind of bashed him when I first met him because I came up to him with the camera out and I was like, oh, I'm coming for your YouTube spot. And then he tweeted about it like people are rude, and I was like, oh, fuck you. Anyway.
Yeah, classic misunderstood. Water under the bridge.
Water well under the bridge. Water well under the bridge.
But Doug did well at the feature table yesterday. Obviously, he bagged a good stack.
Yeah, I was trying to see what he bagged because we were up real late. We played till like 1 a.m. and then I was exhausted. I don't know what time you actually got to sleep.
Man, I got to bed at like 3 or 4.
Yeah, same. I didn't go to bed till 3. Like I'm zombified. We really have an edge over the people who bag today and we end up at a table with.
I think if you make day 5 or day 6, it's a bigger edge because that day of rest. Like I think it's like people really start getting wiped out if you. I mean, that's a first world problem, but I mean, as the money gets bigger and bigger and the pressure ramps up, and you're playing 12-hour days on low sleep. Like having that extra rest, I mean, that every little. I mean, when you're playing at the top level in the world, every little edge counts. You got to push them all.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy because it's also a spot where I was exhausted, but I was kept like trying to remind myself it's the main. I need to pay attention to everything. Like early on, like physical tells, just like trying to gain info on the table, and the new players come in, and it's 5 2-hour levels each day. As we look at Will, I can't tell if he's all in. He looks like, as the Doug Polk mated with a tumbleweed, next to potential Euro there, as he would say. We see a legend of the game, Will Jaffe. He really did a great job with commentary last night. I don't know if you watched any of it.
I didn't get to watch any of it, but I would think you'd be really good at it.
Do you listen to music or anything when you're at the table?
Yeah, I'll do table talk, and then if I need energy, I'll listen to throw some music in my head to get the tempo up. So yeah, I kind of mix that up usually, but I didn't watch any. I love the PokerGo coverage, but I don't watch other poker when I'm playing poker.
Yeah, it's sick seeing how much goes into it too. Being not to talk too inside PokerGo on the show. You guys are here for main event coverage, but it's cool how much what a giant machine this is to cover poker, and like it's just sick. The coverage is so good. Anyway, I don't even know what point I'm making. We're back. We have day 3 tomorrow. These guys have no rest. And yeah, like I was saying, it's 5 2-hour levels of the most intense, like, focus of poker, like mental energy. It's like a weird mental exhaustion. But again, we're all lucky to be here as we look at Conrad of The Only Friends. Conrad I knew actually from home game in Manhattan in like West 37th Street or something. He was a dealer there, and I met him forever ago. And he dealt to Joey the Mush too, and my friend Tom, like OGs of the vlog. My wife is calling me while I'm live on High Noon.
That's funny. I want to mention the story I had a crazy story from my table with the rapper Hoodie Allen yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I want to make sure I mention this on there. So people don't know Hoodie Allen. I mean, he's got 1 million followers on Twitter, 400K on Instagram. He's a big deal. He really likes poker. He's played in some of the Hustler casino games. So I knew him because he'd come on the Barstool Poker podcast before. He sits down on my immediate right after dinner. And then he's got like 160K. He's doing well. He's playing fine. I thought he was playing good. And all of a sudden, right after the last break of the night, I guess it was about an hour and 45 minutes left in the night, he looks at me. He's like, all right, I got to go. I'm like, what? It's the main event. It's day 2 after dinner. Where the hell you got to go? He's like, I got a red-eye overnight flight in an hour and 5 minutes to be a groomsman at one of my best friend's weddings in New York tomorrow, and I'll be back Sunday at 10 a.m. And so he had to blind off the entire last level. He went from like 145K to 125K, but he still got like 125K in the bag going to 2,500. And, my question is to you, Ryan, because there's like a big thing in the South, like don't get married during football season. Like people are like, no, it's a huge thing. It's like if you schedule a wedding during football season, you're an a-hole, and if people don't come, you deserve it. So like, how good of a friend is this guy? I mean, we're going to day 3 of the main. I'm not saying you schedule your wedding around your groomsman's World Series main event plans, but damn, I mean, this guy must be a good friend.
But that's really, it's really up to the wife. My question, actually, I'll answer your question in a second, is who the hell gets to leave an hour and 5 minutes before their flight? That's pretty savage. Yeah. I guess once you get 1 million Instagram followers.
He said he had TSA pre-check, and he was just bringing a backpack, so he didn't have to check a bag.
Damn. Well, I signed up for TSA pre-check. This is not a political statement at all. It's just a matter of fact. I enrolled in it, and then Trump had a beef with the New York, some like lady in New York, and then he canceled everybody from New York who was in the system to get their TSA pre-check just out of spite. And so we all lost our like application fee, and then I have to redo it. I know, what a dick.
That's so funny. Well, I do the Clear app, and it helps me. It skips the lines.
You do the Clear app? I'm way too paranoid to have eyeball scans. I have like eye phobias. Like one of my actual fears is lasers. That I'm gonna be in a club one day and just get blinded by lasers because I'm just insane. Because I asked the eye doctor when I was a kid, any advice to keep good eyes, and she's like, the stuff in a supermarket, don't look at those. Anyway, I will not do the Clear app.
I had like legally blind in my right eye like my whole life, and I got the LASIK surgery done a couple years ago, which is lasers in your eyes, and it changed my whole life. I mean, I went from horrible vision. I was a fat kid with glasses growing up, and now I have 20/20, and I'd get the surgery once a year because that's how much it's helped. We got a $10 super chat asking about my watch. Brick Watch, baby. Taking the world over. Dave Portnoy's watch company. I'm the first employee. Watch out. It's a grassroots movement. Get them online. Check out brickwatchcompany.com. They are pretty dang sweet watches, though, I got to say. I got the silver one. I was rocking the black one yesterday for the main. I'm catching a lot of heat that I don't know how to model the watches right and all that stuff. Well, guess what? I mean, this is new to me. I hadn't worn a watch in like 10 years until I got this job.
You're not a watch model.
I don't know what people are expecting of me, and we need to,
This is a good pose, though, chilling like this on the podcast.
Baby.
You're doing good. And
we're day 3 of the main. There's just positive energy everywhere. I'm going to see Garth Brooks tonight, too. I mean, what could be better?
Yeah, no, Vegas is lit. There's a big UFC fight here, too.
Huge at T-Mobile tonight.
Lots of stuff going on. The Sphere is popping off. I can't tell what's real and what's fake out there with social media showing like memes of stuff. But let's show you another hand from yesterday. We had a bunch of great players at the feature tables.
For the Faraz Jaka put on a show yesterday, by the way.
For these players, as we see more hands, Grant does feel pretty comfortable shuffling the chips, raising with a questionable holding. And Foxen has them both dominated with Queen Jack of Diamonds.
I thought we were like scripted there.
I didn't bring it.
How about pro? I have too good of a hand for that.
Oh, my bad. I'm good.
It's only when it's really bad.
I think Duffy just said.
Now, Foxen turns 2 pair, as does Grant.
Definitely going to want to start betting here, especially with 3 spades out there. With the flush and straight possibilities, doesn't feel like Foxen's going to want to raise 2 pair with this texture.
Chips,
what I'm saying,
what a moment.
Could Just sniffs it
Look
out.
at this. Really nice.
Yeah, do you think Foxen picked up on that at all? That Duffy might have just been kind of making one of those bets that scream don't raise?
Yeah. I mean, the sizing certainly felt like it with the 4 flush out there.
Huh? Yeah.
Alex Foxen getting it done.
With mass aggression, making disrespectful defense as we look at Tom Dwan. But Foxen was going ham. Jocko was going ham. It was almost like an unfair feature table because all the great known players had all the chips. And Alex Foxen was defending 3-deuce off, you know, all types of stuff. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, there's an interesting hand. I think we have the hand we're going to show in a minute, too, of Faraz Jacques when he cracked Brock Parker's kings that I actually had some thoughts on.
Well, it was Dueck and it was Brock Wilson, but...
Or Brock Wilson, I'm sorry. I got to
And it was a different other player.
No, I got to confuse with T. Soprano. Well, there was a hand I thought, okay, never mind.
It's all good. No, I mean,
there was a hand
who cares?
there was a hand where, okay, there's a hand where Brock Wilson opened kings.
Call him Ralph. Fuck him.
Yeah, well, no, he opened kings and Frost defended 10-7 off. And then it was like a 10-9-2, 2 hearts.
Oh,
flop.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different hand.
Okay, well,
I'm the dick.
Oh, no, well, but anyway, Brock Wilson bet 2,500 and 9,500 on a super wet 10-9-2, 2 heart flop.
I remember that.
And, like, I mean, I get that we're in this, like, no-limit generation now where, like, the C-bets have just gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. And I understand it, especially on, like, ace-high board textures where you could bet 25% and figure out all the information you need to know. However, I feel like it's going too far. Like, on some board textures, you got to bet half the pot. You know, you got to bet more. Like, Frost Jocka could be in there with anything. You can't bet a quarter of the pot on a 10-9-2, 2 hearts against him.
Well, I know. It depends on what. If you think they may check raise. I think I'm sorry that I corrected you on that because I'm the dick. I thought you were talking about Brock Wilson got his kings cracked also, which we will show in a bit.
No, he did. He got him cracked on that hand because Frost turned to 7, but he let. I mean, you got even if he would have turned to 7 if you bet 6K, you just can't. There comes like I feel like we're at a point where enough's enough on these like tiny C-bets. Like,
well, the thing is,
I think it's a board texture thing.
They generate so many folds. Yeah, on like monotone boards and paired flops, like the strategy is to just bet small because your opponent just has so few continues.
No, agreed. I agree on those textures.
But right on
and
a
also
board,
a lot of times, like if you can get away with like betting small, and if they ever fold, it's so profitable instead of checking back.
Right.
I mean, it's going to print money.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's just I think certain other boards you have to bet bigger.
Well, Brock maybe needs to take some lessons with Mintzy. I don't know.
He's about 10 times the player I am. So I don't want to
10
I don't know,
times?
he's been pretty damn high.
I would not pay 10 times the markup for anybody over you, Mintzy. We swapped a 1 ball after both bagging a little bit last night as we look at Dan Smith. The other hand that Brock Wilson got wrecked on involved the 7 also against last year's third-place finisher, something Dueck, and I think we have a clip of that as we have new record viewers without Will here. He'll know the pain of that, as each of us have experienced.
Yeah, PokerGO booming, baby. World Series main, doing big numbers.
Nice fold from Fox,
Yeah,
understanding
what
that
could he
he's
beat? Yeah.
really dominated in terms of range.
7 in the window.
Dueck started his hand with just under 50 bigs as well. And so as long as the board seems clean for the kings, I can really see all the chips going into the middle at some point.
Interesting spot for Dueck just because it doesn't have that many chips behind, and a raise looks really kind of committing here. So I wonder if maybe he will smooth call.
That's what I was thinking. Which doesn't shed good light on Mickey. I'm thinking the same thing.
Especially on a rainbow board. Seemingly very uninterested when he has bottom set here.
All in?
Gross spot for Brock. And
Oh, my.
Dueck now massive favorite to win it.
Oh, look at that. Just one card to come. Mickey Dweck able to get all the chips in the middle against the pocket kings after flopping bottom set.
Yeah, 1 out left in the deck as Foxen did fold the king.
Yep, and that is not the out looking for, and Dweck would now
65-5.
King's crack, you were saying that's unavoidable during the clip.
Yeah, that was, but I do think I've seen some mistakes at the table where with all the small betting, like people aren't protecting aces and kings enough. And when people are sitting 100 and 200 big blinds deep, you're going to have people taking shots at you with smaller pairs and suited connectors and stuff. And I feel like people might be getting like a touch cute. Not that hand, that was fine, but people are getting a touch cute with premiums.
Yeah, I think that's fair because I think if you're maybe like a tournament player regularly, perhaps. And I'm not even talking about Brock necessarily because, again, he's 10 times the player of me as well. But that I'm only studied in like 30, like max like 50 big blind sims I'm looking at. You know, I don't know. The deep stack is a different world.
It is, and I'll be honest, like, you know, it's not my strong suit because I'm not a big cash guy either. But like days like yesterday where I know how to grind 20 to 40 big blinds pretty damn optimally.
Yeah,
and that's the online tourney background. But that's why you see so many of these cash guys in day one, day two, the main build huge stacks. When you're playing that 200 to 400 big blinds deep, that's like playing a deep stack cash game. And you get in all these spots when you're a tournament player that you don't get in regularly in the main because you're having all these crazy turn and river decisions where the money's like usually already in before.
Yeah.
You know,
Not only are you deep,
pre-flop game.
yeah, exactly, and it's like not only are you deep, but it's like its own game. I think that's somebody. So we're looking at an unknown Euro. Somebody, maybe the dude who like got kings versus aces 2 years ago. Remember on the final table bubble with Nick Mannion.
How much would people? Have you ever gone and played in Europe?
No, not yet.
I think so. I'd have to win a free trip. I hate playing with these Euros, man. No, I mean it's not that I don't like them as people. It's just like, I mean they'll look down pre-flop and then they just sit there and think like, dude, you could call, raise, or fold. You got 3 freaking options. I mean, like they all have this thing where they try to balance everything they do. So they try to take the same amount of time before they do anything. Like, I know, like, this is a very hippie belief, but we all share time and space in the world. Like, no matter how much money you have or you don't have or whatever your status, we all share this space equally. And there's a lot of ungrateful behavior with all this tanking, putting yourself above other people when we're all sharing the poker table. And it's enough's enough. That's all I'm going to say.
I agree. You heard it here for enough's enough, Euros. They do. It is weird, and I don't know what edge they gain from it, because I know tanking near the bubble or pay jumps obviously makes you money. Like, if you're playing less hands at your table as you're nearing the bubble, if you played 0 hands and every other table played 150, you would guaranteed make the money. So there's something to be said close to there. But early on, there's 0 benefit to it. Maybe to tilt your opponents. I don't know what they think. It's very disrespectful of everyone else's time. I tank when it's appropriate near the end.
Totally fine with tanking every now and then on a big river decision.
Snap fold. No, I mean pre-flop if I'm nearing the bubble, because it makes you money, and it's not my money always. You know what I mean? I'm backed and stuff.
You take a little longer to look. No, I do that too.
But I just tell.
Look and you kind of like, yeah, I do that too.
I tell the table though too. It's like almost I'm not even putting on a show or pretending. Like when I just have snap folds level 1, I immediately act, because you know your pre-flop range is Euros. Just act. You know what I mean? You know what you're doing. And yeah, actually, this is probably like serious collusion, but last year in the 3K6 max, I essentially just broke the ice saying that we're all tanking, and then my table kind of just like somewhat agreed to just tank as a table, and we all made the money. We just played so slow. They need to go hand for hand or maybe have a shot clock, or I like Corey Aldemir's idea.
What's his idea?
In a perfect world, this is hard to implement, but you have something like a chess clock. And GG final tables are like this as well, where you have like 10 minutes, say, or whatever, at a GG final table, but play on ACR, or you sign up GoGambler, but where you have that time to use as you choose. So it's like if you act quickly in marginal spots early on, you're rewarded by having more time when you need it later.
Got it. Like it's kind of like saving your time out at a sporting event for the key part of the game.
Yeah, it's like each person has their own set amount of time.
But you can burn them earlier if something comes up.
Right, and
like
if you take 10 seconds
early in the game.
Right, exactly, or like if you take 10 seconds to make a pre-flop fold with 9-3 off Euro, you know, you just have 10 seconds later when you really need it. So that'd be in like a perfect world a way to implement this, but there hasn't been much of it at my table. Was it going on a lot at your table yesterday? Like,
yeah, I had one guy that was.
It really gets annoying.
Like one guy was like pretty extreme with it.
It really gets annoying, and I don't even know what they're doing. If they may just be mimicking other, like this is what I think sometimes happens with these Euros, because they're around good players who know when to do stuff, and their bet sizes, like there's many people who are European or something, and they'll like make a good bet size. Like I know they're supposed to bet super small on some board, or they'll block bet out of position on a river like 10%. But then later I realized, oh my God, they're trash at the game. They're just copying what they see other people do. And maybe it's the same thing with tanking, where they see guys doing it in big spots, or like the meme of like playing the daily and then being like, this isn't the World Series of Poker,
Yeah.
like Final 27 guys. But they think it is because they're mimicking stuff. I don't know why. Why not look at your cards? You're not giving anything away.
I know poker's growing, and I just gave that whole speech, so obviously it doesn't matter so much. But like, that's what turns people off to watching it on TV and stuff. I mean, just the when hands take 12 minutes. Like, we live in a world where everybody likes 1 or 2 minute videos. I don't know. I just feel like the tempo, like even baseball, they've got the pitch clock now. We need to.
Well, it's hard for, you can do that in a cash game, but I think that for main event, as we look at the GOAT, Johnny Backs.
Johnny Backs.
Finished, I think, third a couple years ago, got set over set in the Qui Win year in 2016. The Qui Win year. Qui Win is still out in the streets. I played with him last year in the shootout. He was a lot of fun to play with. Him and Kenny Haller, fellow November Niners or whatever it was, were at the same table. But yeah, I think that I don't even remember what I was saying, Mintzy. Bail me out.
No. I mean, I just think the game's growing, but we still need less tanking. Is all my rant. All my rant basically is.
But it's been a dream here, and the main event's been so fun for me. Both my tables, everybody was acting. Oh, I was saying that, like at a feature table or something, players aren't incentivized to not take their time and think. We had a famous like 21-minute tank last year. Oh, there's Will. Does he have chips in front of him? I can't tell. Looks like.
I feel like Will's energy today, and I hope this doesn't matter, but like I'm such a weird guy with the positive energy. I don't know. I don't sense a man that's about to make a run. I hope so. He just seems so over it. He just didn't come in here with like, I still, like, and I know it's like I'm on the annoyingly positive side, and I get clowned on it for it. But like, you still got 20 bonds in the main. Look what we bag. He could get from 16 to 70 here and get in a bag and chance. But he just like seemed like he was just like, I'm kind of ready. It just seemed like he was ready to get it over with a little bit.
Yeah,
but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I think that maybe this is as happy as Will is capable of looking. I've only really gotten to know him this summer, and this could be as positive as he gets, for all we know.
That's true.
But your energy was great for me yesterday. As I said, on dinner break, I had more chips than I ended up bagging, and because of your optimism and outlook, like you helped me. Like we definitely somehow. Well, all I did was tell you where the food was, but
hey, that helped me a lot, man. Because I didn't know that, man. It's a zoo out there at breaks on Friday and Saturday. Especially.
Oh, Will's all in. Yeah, it is a zoo,
Go, Will.
and it's like survival out there.
What are you called? We have a dankness all in.
It's like a survival out there when you're on dinner break. Maybe it's multi-way because he's not flipping his hand over yet, or nobody's called.
Let's go, Will. Positive energy.
Positive energy.
We need everybody from PokerGO to make day 3.
If a guy looking like that jams, I'm probably calling a little late, thinking he just wants to go home. We have a potential Euro there. I'm going to wear my España shirt tomorrow, maybe. What did you think of Phil Hellmuth's? I know they talked about it yesterday as we wait for
the entrance.
His fate, yeah.
I don't have a problem with it because I'm all about, like, I know the spectacle thing, like, people roll their eyes at it, but it gets a lot of eyeballs and it's funny. I just think he needs to maybe do it during a break.
Yeah, I was.
Like, I just feel like it's like a lot when you're in the middle, and the Guy Fieri one was wild yesterday, too.
Yeah, so I was, as the Euro debates if he's going to take Will's life potentially. Oh, my God. A Euro has called.
Oh, Will Jaffe.
Will is
all
at
in
risk.
the main. Let's go, Will. Do we see hands?
Don't let a Euro do it to him.
What are our hands? I can't see.
We can't see. Well, you can tell by the body language. 9s versus ace 10.
And Will won.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Fist pump from Will Jaffe.
Let's go.
There's a smile.
Yo, the
Fist
first
pump. Positive energy from Will. I think he's getting. Look at that. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, Will.
Yeah. First double of the day.
Just when I thought Will was out, they pull him back in.
Oh, he's doing a dance. There he goes. Not so misreg. Let's go, Will.
Look at Will. Smile. Fist pumps.
They're kind of fucked now. If Will is smiling.
Will's going to end up bagging 3 times what we got.
He's going to bag like 350.
Dude, he looks genuinely happy. He's happy.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So the Philhelmuth thing, like, people were a little cranky about his loud entrance as we see Conrad coming over to congratulate him. But so people were like, oh, it's disruptive, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's good for the game. Stop being a misreg, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't in the room, and people were like, yo, it was really loud, and it was in the middle of play. And then
just do it during a break.
Then yesterday,
if you need to film it, just do it during a break.
But then yesterday, a guy opens, I 3-bet, ace-jack off, and then the speakers just blast, and a drum orchestra comes in, and it's Guy Fieri here to present the bracelet. Like, great Caesars corporate synergy, because he works with, like, Caesars properties.
Of course, yeah.
And so,
It's
but it's like, yo, it was so loud. It was like, 55! Boom, boom, boom. Like, literally, I just 3-bet, and everybody's, like, looking over, and the guy was like, all right, I guess I don't want to deal with this. It just folds.
What if you had aces? You'd have been so mad.
Yeah, I know. I would have been so mad if I had aces or something. And it was, like, really disruptive. It's like, do it at the start of a level. But thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, we got great numbers today, too. Almost 3,000 concurrent viewers. We're continuing to build. It's the World Series main. This is the time to sign up for PokerGO and join us. The main event coverage is just getting started. We have the biggest day 2 of all time. And stay tuned after this. Everyone tuned in. I don't know about that. But right after this, we've got coverage starting at 1 o'clock. We got Philhelmuth and the GTO Diaper, who has like 320,000 chips.
Oh, yeah, Rigby, who made a deep run 2 years ago.
Yeah, with the 3-deuce off.
Made famous the 3-deuce off. He bagged the chip lead of day 1D, I think, or close to it.
If he bluffs Helmuth, the 3-deuce off on the feature table.
The world will. It will be like the Matrix is real. Nicholas Rigby. Shout outs to him. Shout outs to the Blasters. Shout outs to the Dirty Diaper, the 3-deuce off. You know, someone like that, you wonder if you'll ever see them again when they're playing in that style, but he's back.
No one can forget the Diaper.
No one can forget the Diaper, but I mean, you wonder if he would get 10K again playing in that style to be able to play the main.
I mean, if you're entertaining, the thing is, if you're entertaining and people laugh, then rich people will probably give you some money. You know?
Well, we both Mintzy and I both giving you the hacks to our success. We have another hand from yesterday. I think it involves Dueck again, who max late reg, I think, or reg day 2, and came in fresher than everybody, a little more degen after his 3rd place finish last year. We could show you that.
That stuff. It's the main event. You see Mickey getting in there with King 9. He's been really active, trying to accumulate. And he's looking at the rail for something.
9 in the window.
This is trouble, though. Lay's got the overpair. And just love to see this flop when he got pocket 10s.
Foxen's also got a piece, but we'll see how Dueck decides to proceed here first.
4,500 so far from each. Pair, middle pair, over pair.
Call.
And the undercard's going to beat a 10s. Ah, there you go.
And the card actually gives Foxen and Dueck more equity.
Club draw for Mickey.
Gives Lay a straight draw.
Lay just curious if he could even go for value here, multi-way, and not get blown off the hand somehow.
Mickey now with top pair and the clubs. He doesn't want to get blown off his equity either. That's 20K. It's really tough for Alex to continue with Lay still behind that. If you're Lay here, do you ever think about just ripping it in, trying to get the hand over with? A lot of bad rivers.
Yeah, there we go. Just going to find that protection from the type of hand that Dueck has.
Just close.
But
any call?
Gonna go with it.
Dueck did not come to the main event today and buy in on day 2 to fold top pair and a flush draw.
Would be a big fade.
Oh,
Come on, you
Oh.
had to hit a 9 at the river.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah, Duet gambling it up. He didn't come here to, like as Will said, who did a great job in commentary, as we watched John Party rake in a big pot, raising the river. I think it's a big pot. I don't see greens, but he bagged 130. He with Maria Konnikova next to. Oh, she looks like they're chatting it up, hamming it up. John Party leading the punters pad competition. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place.
No, yeah.
I bought 5% of him to hedge my misery if he somehow goes really deeper than me.
What is? Give us some details of the punters pad competition.
Yeah, so
some people
it's
that are listening
amongst the
and how
5
to
of
figure
us.
it out.
Yeah, I know we have a bunch of new people listening. Good call, Mintzy. This is why you're better than Will, and I'm better than Will. The Punters Pad is America's Card Room show on their YouTube where the 5 of us who are living in the house, me, John Party, Ebony Kenny, Bet on Drew, and Rob Kuhn, whoever did the best in set tournaments that they gave us buy-ins for to play specific first bullets in events, whoever ended up the most or down the least, we get a 125K package to go to Triton, London.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So
$125.
Yeah,
What's the buy-in, 50K or 70?
it's for a couple events, like 2 25Ks and a 50K or something insane like that. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And so we were competing for that. But basically, it's coming down to the main. Essentially, John Party has the lead, turning his like 20K bankroll into 26 or 28K so far. Everybody else has turned it into less than 20, like 16K. So we are in a position where, in order to win that, we would need John Party to bust and then get a min cash in the main, more than a min cash, I'm sorry. But I don't want to be anti-sweating my friend. I'm really good friends with him. So I was like, dude, just to prevent the even thought of me anti-sweating you, give me 5%, bro. I kind of shook him down. I did this last year when I busted day 1 of the main. I just went up to people with cash, and Maria Ho was alluding to this yesterday, saying, anyone regging the main, I'll buy a piece. I was just like, yo, let me get some percentage of you. Like, you have FOMO once you get eliminated out of the main.
Yeah. Well, everybody comes out, man. It's funny. Selling pieces in poker is like a hard thing to do most of the year, and you've got all the sites and stuff. And then when it comes to the main, people are just throwing money at each other, dude. Everybody just gets that itch before the main, and it'll cause people to make some questionable buys even. But who cares? Because it's once a year, and you're honestly like, whatever. If I lose, I don't even care.
Yeah, it's a gamble. Oh, we're looking at the late reg line, I guess, to get chips. That's pretty crazy.
I knew it was coming. I told y'all.
You did.
I said it because the Saturday thing. That there's a real thing and I'm sure you've seen this through the years when you're playing like these day ones and these tournaments that'll have like Friday and Saturday day ones. Look, if people have jobs, they always play Saturday. Always. It's a law. And the way this is set up, I mean, you could get in at 4,800 with 60K 2-hour levels. This is set up. Word is out around the world. This is the biggest one ever. Everybody wants a piece. I bet we got a ton of last-minute flights. People are rolling into Vegas, hopping in, saying they want to be part of it.
Yeah, you guys still have, what?
It's till 4:40, I think.
Yeah, 3 hour. Yeah, you guys still got some time to come down here. So if you're a rich businessman in Sacramento or something, just get on a flight, come right down. These are the people regging for the main also. Keep in mind, this looks like
madness. I knew, dude. There may be
is
over
this
1,000.
real?
Dude, there may be way over 1,000. Like
this is the line for the daily deep stack. This is
no,
crazy.
deep stack's been canceled.
That's
I saw
amazing.
a tweet that deep stack's been canceled.
Yo, let's go.
So I mean, what's our new amended over under here?
Oh,
11,000?
No, I don't think. Well, because I think we were at 95 yesterday, maybe. So
I mean, look at this.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe
Well,
10
this is the rail.
$10.
I think this has turned into the rail. I don't think this is the line anymore, but it's still crazy. He says it's still the line. Nuh-uh.
Dude, this is out of control.
That's not. Are you serious?
People are just.
He's
sitting
saying
there
that's still the line? Can we confirm? Oh my God.
And that's not even Paris. That's
for the main event.
That's Horseshoe.
For the main event? For the main event. The $10,000 WSOP main event?
I mean, I guess I guess 10K doesn't mean what it used to, and then in Joe Biden's America, the I don't know.
Oh my God.
Inflation, 10K doesn't matter as much.
Thank God we devalued the dollar as much as we did, printing 85% of all the dollars in circulation in the last 3 months, so that poker can grow. If this feels like it's got to be the 777. This is for sure the main event.
You guys might be in line. Are you sure?
This is the main. John, we're sure it's not the 777.
That's what our field reporter is saying.
Man. incredible.
Wait.
Poker has exploded back to, I mean, this is the biggest live poker's ever been. It's crazy, ever. I mean, already the record, the main record's already shattered. And look at this line.
I'm in disbelief. I still think this is the 777. This is insane.
That's the last guy.
Oh, there he is. How does it feel to be the last guy in this line?
For the main event.
Hopefully you'll be in by level.
Do a shotgun interview with the last guy in line.
Be like, you know,
What? Yo, if that's really for the main event, and I'm still skeptical, I just don't. This is fake news. This is crazy. That was a promo piece that WSOP put out there to put. They staged. Those are paid actors. Those are.
We're not fooled. We're not fooled.
Those are crisis actors. Yo, this is insane. But yeah, dude, I had FOMO for missing the Big 50, the Big 50, which was the biggest live tournament in history with like 28,000 people or something. If you missing this main, if you ever can play the main, it'll be crazy. Thanks, guys, for watching for 3,000. We're not wrapping up. Oh, do we have to wrap up?
Yeah, I thought we were off early because we. Okay, I know. And then just a reminder of the coverage we have coming behind you. Phil Hellmuth and Rigby, the famous diaper, are going to be on the feature table.
The famous diaper.
The famous GTO diaper. We're going to be battling on the feature table later. That'll be coming up soon. PokerGo, just wall-to-wall coverage, the biggest main event in history. I mean, the PokerGo YouTube channel. I mean, it's one of those things. If you're willing to go deep and you want to see more of the main event, well, they're willing to go deeper. So if you want to go down the rabbit hole, this is the place to do it. Fellas.
Yeah, and then at 5:30 Vegas time, it switches to the actual PokerGo app, which is well worth. You probably spend whatever it is, a month or yearly, I don't even know. You spend way more than that in rake in a tournament that you're drawing dead in. Well, watch PokerGo coverage, learn something. It's cheap. You can always unsubscribe and cancel, although these subscription services plan that you'll forget.
Oh, do they make it hard?
But not PokerGo.
Not
PokerGo, it's easy.
No, of course.
Sign up. It's really worth it. The post YouTube coverage is like top notch. It's a lot higher quality, better commentators. I'm gonna get in trouble for maybe saying that, but it's really worth it. Seriously, and they're not even paying me to do this. I'm just here because I enjoy doing it, and hopefully we'll get paid next summer. But yeah, the main event. This is amazing. I'm really, between you and seeing the line and the buzz in the air, and although that guy's dead, I am rejuvenated to come back tomorrow with my 27 bigs and spin it up. Will got the first double up. Oh, it's so crazy out here. We're so lucky to be able to play, man.
I'm looking at the chip counts from last night too, seeing if we have any big notables at the top.
Antonius, I think, bagged top 10 chips from yesterday.
Did he?
I believe,
okay,
or at least of them.
I'm looking through. Ronnie Bardahl with the 519K. Patrick Antonius, 584,500 chips. Watch out for him. Just kind of running through the. Let's see if I see anybody else I know. Steven Chidwick, 472,500. I don't know a lot of these Euros. I'm not as up to date on the online games as I used to be, sadly. So Billy Baxter, 434K.
Oh, wow, nice.
Damn.
You getting jealous looking at any of these numbers, or you're just still grateful for your stack?
I'm just thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. I mean,
Same.
Let's be very, very honest. I know people say don't do the moral victory thing, but I mean, I'm happy I'm in day 3. Faraz Jaka, 375K. Johnny Chan, 372,500 chips in the main. Eric Baldwin, base Baldy, 366K. I re-looking through this. This reiterates why playing days 1 through C was the move. Just I'm not seeing as many notables here.
Yeah.
I think they're all in the field today.
Jack Salter, 370K. I beat him heads up for my bracelet. He has yet to win one.
Joe Searock flows, 343K. Nice. Ryan Feldman runs Hustler Poker, 332K. Met him on a break. Gonna have to play in a game over there someday, but it's gonna have to be lower stakes. Todd Wittelis, the poker security alert, 321K. Kyle Cartwright, Southern Legend, 315K. All right, some notables. Rigby's got 408K leading today, going to the day of the main. I hope that can set up some wild hands with him and Hellmuth if he's got that many chips. Because you know he's going to do everything he can to try to bluff Hellmuth.
Look at the rail for it right now, because obviously it's on a delay. Once we get off, they it's on like an hour delay or something like that. So they've been playing since around 12 in real life, and then the coverage starts at 1. But the rail is there for Hellmuth and Rigby. I mean, they're probably mostly there for Hellmuth, but I think Rigby, it's a clash of That'll be the most fun thing ever if the 3-deuce gets filled. Like, I really,
It'd be like
really
one of
hope.
those viral, especially if you got Helmuth off like Ace King or something, you know.
He might say something that gets him actually banned, or at least get a warning for once.
What would Helmuth have to do to get banned?
Probably get naked, and even then, they may just allow him.
I mean, he got kind of. I mean, he was showing some skin the other day.
Well, anyway, I think that's it. We're gonna wrap up.
Yeah, we've got some interviews on the way out as well for you to kind of bridge the time between now and the featured table.
So you're not alone with your own thoughts.
Yeah, so you're not alone with your own thoughts. But thank y'all, man. Record numbers today. It continues to build. It's World Series Maine. We have 3,000 concurrent viewers. I love seeing High Noon succeed. And then stay tuned to PokerGo for all your World Series Main event coverage. Tomorrow's show, I think it's going to depend. Ryan and I both have day 3 already because we're elite, and of course we have day 3. Like, what else do you expect out of us? I guess we'll see how Will ends up and how Brent Hanks ends up today to see. But good luck to both of them. Hopefully everybody makes day 3, and we just got a first world problem on our hands.
Hopefully we never have a show again until like day 8 because we're all still in it.
We can all hope. We can all hope. But stay tuned. We got some interviews for you guys on the way out. Thank y'all for joining the biggest High Noon yet so far. Keep subscribing to PokerGo. Keep hitting the like button and enjoy what's going to be a great Saturday. You wear a Kansas City Chiefs bathrobe into the main event, rocking the Super Bowl cap. I have no idea who this is, but I got to respect it. Anybody that shows up in the main wearing a bathrobe, we're going to interview him. So what's your name, man? How are you?
I'm Bo Wilshire, Don K. Nato.
Bo Wilshire, Don K. Nato. Clearly a Kansas City Chiefs super fan. Just won a Super Bowl. Is that success going to translate to your main?
I wanted to make sure that I woke up in time because I was afraid that they would blind me out of chips. So I just wore the robe here. I didn't shower.
Okay, so the man was just in a hurry. Did you have a wild night last night or something? I mean, a 12 o'clock start doesn't strike me as that early.
Yeah, we had a good night. I had like 2 bean burritos from Taco Bell. I got pretty wild.
Damn, that is pretty wild. That's living on the edge. Your stomach, most people wouldn't gamble like that with their stomachs before the main, but you don't seem to be most people.
I'm not most people. I played 11-handed in my home bar game, and I won that league, so I'm out here. I'm ready to make some noise.
Hell yeah! So you won your home bar league for, I guess, is this your first main event coming out of the bar league? Y'all got a big crew in the KC area?
Yes, we are ready to come. I have 2 friends ready to come when I final table.
Hell yeah! Well, what are your friends' names?
Joe and Bob.
Joe and Bob. You get called out by your friend Bo. They're ready to come out here, support him at the World Series of Poker final table. How's your first level going? You doing all right?
I'm up $2,000, so I'm pretty happy. I have to cut this interview short. I'm not wearing diapers right now, so I need to go.
Okay, we're gonna let Bo put on his diapers. Good luck to the champion of the Kansas City Bar League, Bo Wilshire, the WSOP main. All right, we're on break. Day 1D, World Series of Poker main event. All the records shattered. We're joined by father of 2, my former co-worker, Smitty, joining us. How's it going so far?
It's going. Got 54K from 60. It's just good to be here. It's good to be alive.
Damn right, it's good to be alive. Love that attitude. How's your table?
It's all right. You can't complain. I thought we were coming in playing at least 10-handed, maybe 12, and right now we have 8. So it's a little surprising, but I assume they'll pick up.
Yeah. So certainly, I believe this is your 5th World Series main event now. You made a solid run last year.
Yeah, this is my 6th. I'm 0 for 5 so far, which isn't that bad if you think about it. Top 100%. But other than that, look to cash us here.
Day 3 last year with a ton of chips, so it's not. I wouldn't say you're just totally bricking.
Do you know what that means, Ben Mintz?
Just hard.
Absolute dick. That's what that means.
Fair enough. Well, good luck today in this tournament. You're just out here for the main. Congratulations, also. Sad. I know you got a family's growing. Always a pleasure to see Smitty. Sad I still don't work with him, but at least we're still boys. Good luck at the field.
We'll see you at the crossroads.
I've been stuck at that crossroads for more than a minute. More to come.